What's up, guys? It's me, Pottery Demon here. We got another video for you guys today. I gotta make sure I don't talk right into the microphone. I got some really bad peaking before, so I'm trying to do a better job about that. Um, you know, we've been like popping off with new subscribers and stuff, so thank you guys so much for that. That's like, it means a lot to me. But I'm always going to keep on making every day for you guys. So I hope you guys can enjoy some of this music. In the background right here, we got uh, it's from an anime. It's from was it Death Note? Is the anime called, or the manga or whatever it is? But essentially, it's this guy who gets like a notebook, and he can, whatever name he writes in it, he can like cause that person to pass, right? And so it's just really interesting. Kind of has like he has like a god complex. The guy right here is a Shinigami. It's like some like demon type thing. It kind of matches the Pottery Demon vibe, but I'm just listening to a playlist. I'll have the link to the playlist in the description if you like the music. And without further ado, let's get into it. But yeah, guys, it's been actually really cool seeing the comments. I got some thirst trap commenters recently, so I had to deal with that. One of them was funny. It was like on one of the times where I was coning up the clay, they said like boys when they were like young and 6 years old, and there's like just kind of saying like when you're a kid, I don't even, you're just like whipping it around because it's like this random thing that you have on your body. You know what I mean? So I thought that was the funniest of all the inappropriate comments, but yeah, my thing is too, like, I understand that there's some moments in ceramics that have like this awkward sort of underlying tension to it, right? But that's not, I've always thought it's like that's never my like intention. That's not like what I want out of my work. If people describe my work in that way, or they react like that, like that's on them. That's not my vibe, So, but I'm not gonna like delete the comments either, because you can't let somebody's comment, make you react a certain way, right? Because then they're taking a little bit of your mind away from your goals, right? And like what you want out of your life. You can't allow yourself to get beat up by all these comments. There's millions and millions of people in the world. I guarantee you, well, there's billions of people in the world. I guarantee you that not every single one of them is going to say some nice words of affirmation to you, or they're not going to be reacting to your content that you're producing in the right way. And that's okay, right? Just don't, I think it's not good to get in the habit of deleting these comments, because there's going to be a point in time where you might not be able to delete the comments, right? Or there's so many comments that you can't not see them. I think that's more what I mean. And so when that happens, you got to be ready for anything that sort of comes your way. All right, guys, here we go for number one here. I want to get this a little bit louder. So, if I'm feeling this clay right now, I would say a couple of things. First, I would say there's not that much clay in my hands right now. This feels like a little bit less than 4 pounds, maybe like 3.5. So we're gonna get some not tall trees out of this one, no matter what, right? But we're gonna try to get as much as we can, right? Dun, 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 dun. Why do I feel like this music is so quiet today? Dum, 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 dum. That's kind of creepy. What the heck is that? I was like, what the background is right now. I was listening to a lot of this sort of music kind of at the right after post-pandemic. There was a lot of like doomer Russian music going around, and all these songs were like part of it. I think this stuff's kind of cool. This reminds me of like you're like plotting like some master plan or something, right? Like it has this like, I don't know, eeriness to. It's like you're plotting revenge. Okay. Going down to the bottom here, pushing some of that clay down. Nice. So, also I had my kids class today that was doing the chess pieces. So much fun, guys. I was laughing so hard. Some of the chess pieces are really, really good, and you know somebody's doing foxes versus wolves, and another team is doing like dragons. I was doing the swords, and then it just didn't work out well, and well, just some of them broke. That's all. And so then I was like, you know, maybe I should just throw all of them. So I've been throwing the pawns today. Just pretty interesting. Somebody was cutting off. You know how you'd like cut off this top part with a needle tool if it wasn't if it was uneven. They cut that off and thought it looked like noodles, and so now they're taking those cut off pieces and setting them in a bowl and making like ramen noodles, right? Really little interesting thing there. I thought that was like one of my favorites out of today, the things I saw people making. That one felt really good, guys. I got way more height out of this one than I thought what I would, you know. Alright, we could collar this and get that up, but we're not going to mess with that too much. We're just going to get this right up underneath here. What the heck? Did it go all the way down? Where's the sponge at? Oh wait, hold on. We're going to do this first. Okay, ready, set, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got 6 barely. Pretty nice, we got that in there. That's a pretty nice tight bottom to that pot too. Pot number 1, guys. We'll set this down over here. The hardest critics you'll have is somebody who's on your team in a video game. And let me tell you something, they're not gonna lie about how much they think you're terrible, right? And I know that seems kind of toxic or whatever, but I think it really does. Train you to some degree. Dang, couldn't get it. I think I had a tool, but maybe not. We'll just start going straight for the the polls here, and we'll try to say this one. I think at the end I started grabbing it a little bit. I'll have to watch that back. But there's something about, sometimes in the modern world, when you're really observant about people and things they say and the things that they're talking about, and maybe you're not in the room in, right? Like, you hear these things and you start to understand some little bits about when people are lying to your face a little bit. You can start to feel that sort of stuff, right? And I think that it's not a bad thing, but sometimes you crave honest feedback. You crave, somebody really thinking of you more than just a person to please. They're actually have really strong opinions on something. I've always really appreciated people that had strong opinions on anything. That I like to be around those sorts of people, even though I disagree with some of their ideas or whatever. I really like people that are just going to disagree with you. There's something that's really refreshing about it that I think is not common in today's world, And so I think being a part of video game culture allows you to sort of get in tune with that honesty. Yo, that one is sick. I know I took it way down more than I needed to, but man, that one felt crazy. I felt like I was carving out of that one. What just happened? Something happened. What's on here? I don't have the Windows thing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I hope this doesn't overheat. I gotta turn this off. I had that other camera still on, so that camera's still working over there, so and it's filming in 4K, and it doesn't, the camera I have now has this nice fan on it, so it stops the camera from overheating, but the camera over there, no, it doesn't. But this one felt like I was carving it. But before I move on, this one does have 4K quality on it. The other one, that small camera that was right here, but it overheats, where the one I have now has the fan. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to clarify. Sometimes I think I clarified in my mind, but I didn't clarify it to the viewer. I feel like I can confuse people that way. Sometimes I notice that when I'm editing, I'm like, what am I even talking about? But yeah, this clay felt pretty good, I was carving it. Now I need to do something just neat on the bottom, and it could even just be that flat finger pull that I did yesterday, just keeping this thing on the bottom just flat and wide, right? And then just alright, there it is, y'all. It's caving a little bit here. It's just really crazy, this one is, though. I think this one's definitely gonna collapse, but it just looks wild. Gonna go on that third pot. I hope it's better than the second and the first ones. Don't mess with me. Okay, here we are, guys. think that probably looked cool from the other camera. I feel like I gotta start getting really used to experimenting with what sort of imagery and things that can I convey to you guys by using this camera, right? Like, this camera has so much potential to do some crazy stuff, you know, guys? And so I just gotta be making sure I'm testing that stuff out. And sometimes I'm forgetting, but here we are. Force up. Go down. Alright, here comes the hammer, guys. Straight down. Nice. Carved like stone. Come on, down. There we are. Okay, water on the bottom there. And we're going to take our hook, scratch that bottom across like a chalkboard. I'm going to leave the line this time, right? We're not trying to hide that anymore. Alright, here we are. We're taking that up. We're taking that up. Well, I already start feeling it buckling, but we're going to save it on this next pull. We got our first volcano. Alright, here we are. Taking in that base. Slowing down a little bit, right? A little bit at a time. Compress that top rim. Always compress that. Here we are. Going noodling, grabbing our sponge. Wanted to go down the pot there. Don't worry. Alright, here we are. Right on the bottom. Take that bottom up. Alright, here we are. Alright. I'm going to try to get one correction pull on the bottom here, guys. This is where things get a little bit dicey. Right down to the bottom. I got to make sure I follow a bead of water down. Following a bead of water down my fingers. So I make sure it's all nice and lubricated there. Pushing down on the outside edge. And I'm doing a compression on this bottom. Get past that point where it was that wobble. Past that point, okay, we're gonna chill. Fixed it, right? But we're not done yet. Because we wanted a little bit more sauce out of this pot. We said, thanks. I'm full. I'm a little bit hungrier. These walls really thin. Push it to its limit. Look at it start buckling in the middle there. It said, come on, dude. We're too thin for this tension. You know that bump? Someone would say, hey, let's fix it, let's fix it, let's fix it. Hey, let's also see what it can do, right? Look at it critically. Think about these things that are happening on the wheel. They're all moments that can influence the form, right? And this way of throwing, I'm telling you, is all about looking at that stuff and trying to see, like, what could you be? What can you become? Sounds a little cringe, but I really believe that stuff. Alright? I'm going to stop right at the bump then, right? Maybe it's talking to us. It say, hey, just chill out here. Take a little bit of a rest. Oh, we got a long one here. So do you see how this one's a little bit longer? That's okay. Just reset. Go over that same spot. Just follow this stuff down. Look at that. Just like that. So we got a lot of stuff going on the top here. And so one thing that number one, what we want to do is a little bit of water in there. And I'm going to set my fingers right on that bottom edge. And we are trying to get right up underneath. Dang. We messed that one up, guys. Well, we'll see how we can take it. But I feel like that was kind of a disappointment. After that whole speech, too. I mean, come on, how could I mess up? I had the perfect setup for all of that. Well, next time I encounter a pot like that, I know what not to do. Go past that blob. Don't sit in there. I think it got a little bit too thin. We might be able to keep this one, though. We'll see. Like, if this pot is unique, it's just not what it could have been. You know, I'm not only going to be able to have, like, one of the... Like, when I make the shorts tonight, there's only going to be, like, one spot that has the new videos. Right? Like, I think YouTube only shows you guys, like, one of my most recent shorts. So somebody's going to see the part where I'm throwing this and be like, oh, dude, that's going to be sick. And then they're going to watch the video and be like, oh, what the heck? I feel like this is, like, a very, like, disappointing way to end the video. Okay, well, that ripped a little bit. Alright. You know what? You guys get one more. How could I say no to another pot after I'm a little bit tired, had a long day, and I'm not satisfied yet, right? I made 3. I know I made 3, but I'm not full. I'm still a little hungry. Alrighty, here we go. Let me take this right here. I gotta get in the zone here, guys. I'm doing too much bantering, maybe. Take some breaths. Make sure we're focusing up here. Like, now that we're doing this, we're going until we get a good one. I already made my mind up. Sorry. I thought, you know, before I was making this video, I was like, alright, dude, I gotta really start hurrying it up. Making this content, like, a little bit shorter. These 40-something minute videos and this hour-long video that I had recently. It's a little bit too long. I gotta make sure I'm being speedy about it, but... You know, sometimes... your pots that you make, the good ones, they don't exist in those 20-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute slots. Sometimes the pots that you want to create only exist in the hour, 45, in those times, right? So, I want to get to the pots in that area. See what's happening over here, right? So, I can feel my hand ligament getting pretty loose. Okay, this clay's feeling good, guys. All right, let's see what we got cruising over here. If I was to critique that last pot that I did, I would say one thing that I was not too happy about that one is that I think I probably should have left that bottom untainted and just out like flanged. I think when I put the twist on that one, it was a total downgrade from the form before it. So I'm starting to learn, maybe when it gets really low like that, just leaving it super simple and allowing that inside to sort of take the focus rather than trying to pull that focus on the exterior towards the bottom there, right? So that's sort of what I'm thinking about on that pot. Okay, here we are. Anyway, there you go, guys. Water. Right underneath. Take that. It's a ping pong ball and a water balloon. Manipulate that water to make the ping pong flow upward, right? That's what I'm imagining. Now we're pushing that ping pong down. You know, we gotta scoop that clay on the bottom up because it wasn't fully even on the bottom. So we're scooping that up. Say, hey, come along with us for a little bit, right? Push that down. You can get a little water on there. You don't even need 2 hands. You can do this 1 hand. Just put the hammer down. Boom. Boom, right? All right, now we're gonna open up the clay. Feeling good right now, guys. The movements are keyed in. Opening up that clay, got a little wobble there, got a little wobble. Okay, right? Almost natural, I almost ruined that bottom. Look at that spiral, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that spiral is just like glass on the bottom, right? That's a motion, right? That's like one motion. You know, talk about gesture, like gesture drawing. That's my gesture on the bottom there, right? That's the one motion, and when it looks really good, hey, why are we hiding that? Because the fluidity of the motions we had. You know, at one time, I have a friend named Megha, right? And Megha, she said, like, whoa, Noah, like those throwing lines on that cup are just so beautiful, right? And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, oh yeah, you're totally right. Like, there's something about the way that those throwing lines just danced on the surface, right? Together, it was like some rhythm on the side of the pot. I was like, wow. I totally agree. And so, these patterns, they matter to me. They matter in different ways. And they matter not even in just inside of one object. They matter in the context of other objects too. Like all these movements and moments. Okay, here we are. Going to the bottom, right? Oh my god. Beast mode, dude. If you guys see me cued in there, holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, here we are. Down to the bottom, guys. Push this out. Get that water. Alright, here we go. Get that water out. Okay. Yeah, we're looking at the bottom there. We got some good. I'm seeing some good stuff down there, right, guys? What if you could get a little mini camera that sits in the vessel, and like looks up at me and watches the hand come down towards it? That'd be crazy. Guys. Okay. Alright. This song's a little bit cringe. Oh wait, what happened? Oh man. Did you guys even not see that? If that happened, I'm gonna be so sad. Dang. Okay, guys. So, I gotta finish this pot here, camera style. You guys are gonna get up and personal, seeing exactly what I'm seeing. You know, this spot right here, I'm actually not going to touch it anymore. There's something that's like really, really... Well, I'm going to do something on the bottom here, obviously, but after that, like, I'm not touching this thing. The fact that this thing survived there, you'll see the pole, like, it really almost left, and that's why I say, like, don't, you know, stick with it, right? Because this pot was totally collapsed there, but I tapered out that top edge just enough to create a belly enough to support that top layer. I know for a fact if I was to distort this bottom, that's going first. So instead, let's have it be a frozen moment and try to highlight it with the bottom. Because right now, if I just left the pot as is, it looks unintentional, right? It looks like I stopped right when I was about to fail, right? Which that is totally the case, right? But if we want somebody to look at it as a moment rather than as a pot, let's frame it, right? And that's what I think this bottom is doing for me. It's trying to add some micro level of intentionality, like a whisper in the form, letting you know that, hey, like this, consider it for a second longer, right? Think, like, what are you looking at, right? Not just the object, but sort of a history behind the object. And so that's why keeping those moves sort of simple is kind of nice. Okay. Now it's totally unintentional. Alright, well, we can work with this, right? Alright, if we're looking at this. I think I like that. I'm going to keep that side untouched. Right? I feel like this feels so unintentional, and then I'm like losing it. I'm trying to get it back, and then there's that one little wisp up there. It goes. I'm saying, hey, hold on. Grabbing back control. The flip around, it falls. Poke it up. Trying to catch it. A quick little curve, thumb, and then let it glide back. Right? For me, that has some level of like intention around it if you look at it. So I'm going to leave it as is right there. I think any more and any less, I felt like I was missing something. But right here, I feel like it's okay. Okay. There we go, guys. Keep this one. I think this one's a good one, guys. That one feels like it had to have been made, right? Like that feels so different from everything else. So I learned this, guys, too. If I tilt this forward, this is gonna rest on here, bending forward a little bit for the camera so you can see the base, right? Instead of being a flat disc. Really cool, just like a random interaction that came to my mind as I was doing this stuff. Okay. That feels fine to me. Then we want to have this one hanging out right in front, saying, hey, here I am, guys. Bend that forward a little bit, right? But maybe actually we have this. We gotta set something underneath here. All right. So that's bending up forward too, right? And do we like this? Side. Dang, okay. Dang it. That makes me kind of upset. Anyway. Let's curl it here. Yeah, it feels good. Okay, bring this back over. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I gotta just charge this camera. Okay. I want this to be leaning forward a little bit too. Alrighty. I think we got something here. Yeah, okay, we like that. We're gonna get this. Okay, guys, hold on one sec. Okay, let's see it. I think this will be good, guys. Alright. No, it's this way. Okay. Here we go, guys. Look at that. Alright. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All the best. Strong mentality. Peace.